What if I told you right now, behind the scenes, Pakistan is playing middleman, Saudi Arabia is on standby, Iran is flexing, Israel is threatening, and the United States is basically testing everyone like, hey, so what's the vibe? Yeah, that's where we are. This isn't diplomacy anymore. This is a global group chat, and nobody has muted notifications. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're breaking down one of the most confusing and honestly chaotic geopolitical situations happening right now. Because while headlines say ceasefire, talks, and de escalation, behind the scenes, it looks more like pause the fight, reload, and maybe fight harder. So here's what's happening. Pakistan's army chief, Asim Munir, lands in Iran, not in military uniform, not in full Western suit, but in a more regional diplomacy mode. Subtle signal, very intentional. At the same time, Pakistan's prime minister is in Saudi Arabia. Now you might think, oh cool, global leader is traveling, normal diplomacy stuff. No, this looks less like diplomacy and more like Uber Eats for geopolitical messages. America sends a message, Pakistan delivers it to Iran. Iran replies, Pakistan sends it back. Pakistan right now is basically the scene of international politics, and just when things look like they might calm down, boom, Israel jumps in, and not quietly. The message coming out is basically, we don't care about any ceasefire. We can strike Iran anytime, and we are not stopping until regime change happens. That's not diplomacy. That's a Netflix villain monologue. Now think about the timing. While talks are happening, while the US is trying to stabilize things, Israel is like, yeah, we are still gonna swing. That creates a massive problem, because now the question becomes, who is actually in control here? And this is where things get uncomfortable. There are claims and growing perception globally that US leadership is constantly updating Israel on negotiations. Let me translate that into normal life. Imagine you're negotiating a deal, and the other side is live streaming your strategy to their friend. That's what it looks like. And for a country that brands itself as the world's most powerful superpower, this is not a great look. It starts to raise serious questions like, is the US leading or reacting? Is it controlling escalation or being pulled into it? Now here's where things get very interesting. Inside the US, something is changing. For years, support for Israel, especially in Congress, was basically automatic, bipartisan, no questions asked. But now, that wall is cracking. Reports show a significant number of Democratic lawmakers are starting to vote against sending equipment and weapons to Israel. That's huge, not because it stops anything immediately, but because it signals a shift in political momentum. And in America, momentum is everything.